So we have to that together first. It's so annoying to do every time. Okay. Those were answered, right? Yeah, those were answered. Entertainment. And I'm gonna tell you about something. Okay? Those are not men. What the hell is this? Yeah, I'm getting notifications about myself going live. Thanks, phone. So, what are we bringing back then, sir? The dead? Someone wants to send you a message. Oh boy, what is this? Almost 30 minutes ago. Let's see this. You know, it's one of those group things that you get randomly added to. You gotta leave group. Yeah, leave it. Don't care if it's archived or not. I don't archive this crap. And then you delete it. You want to leave the group that you're added to and then delete. Are they really made of steel though? So why aren't they just robots then? Do they even know what a robot is? Well, we call those brobots.
Hello,
Oh, hello?
hello.
Give me a second. Give me a second. Give me a second. I'm away from the stream at the moment. Give me a second. Yes, I am live. Uh, I can't seem to find it for some reason.
What do you mean you can't find what?
Alexi is actually here? This can't be real.
Nah, you're just hearing things. Hehe. Hello.
Hello.
How are you, adorable Proto?
I am surviving. Also, Wolf, Alexi's here. I'm live
Yeah,
at
I
the
got a new
moment.
mic.
Did you?
Yeah, the entire 300 South African rands, but yeah.
See. Oh. Wait, how did you get in here?
Your location was available, so I decided to join to say hi.
Oh,
Yeah.
hello. Wait, hold on.
Hello.
It says here. Huh. I'm done with everyone. What do you mean by that?
Just people messing me up every time.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hmm. So,
Oh, looks like Wolf is joining.
right?
Yeah, he just went online on VR chat. I saw through the Discord pop-up.
Discord.
Yeah,
Wait, aren't you the same one that requested to join a VRC group?
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
that's me.
Sure is you.
Oh, he's here. Somewhere.
Yeah, he's somewhere around here.
I think he's all the way there at the camp.
Oh, he's around here somewhere. Where are you? I mean, like, we're across the lake here. Almost
That's
said
like,
water, but that's not water.
it's an ammonia lake.
Yes, it's an Ammonia Lake. Also, hello, those in YouTube chat there. Does he know where we at?
I don't know, but I'm gonna go fetch him. Why is Wolf in the water?
It's not water.
Why is Wolf? Why is
That proximity chat. Hello, Jimmy.
Yeah, at the moment.
Oh, there's two Jimmys in
Going
chat.
to play.
So where is this third person? There's three Jimmys in chat now. Sir, where are you? I have no idea how they're doing that. Four Jimmys in chat now. Yeah, with one of them wearing a Roblox avatar as a pic. Huh.
I finally got the mic.
I hope you're doing
Oh, good
well.
lord.
Uh, 50-50, I guess.
I mean,
Oh,
considering how the
to,
government...
to those in chat, your chat, the chat box is behind the game window, so I can't see the entirety of chat.
Man, Alexi is so small I can just pick him up.
No, it's pick them up.
Hey, fair point.
Okay, Alexi's so small I can pick him up like a tiny Evolve action figure.
That's
Pretty much
rude.
still a live action figure, if you want to put it like that.
Oh no, what's happening?
What is happening is I'm being bitten by fucking mosquitoes. That's not nice. Am I about to be struck by orbit?
Yeah, I'm wondering the same question. The same thing. Like,
Yes,
oh,
yes, I was. I figured that could
no wonder I see a ship, a volley ship flying there.
I'm wondering if it's part of the map world that knows about
What are you guys seeing?
I mean, if you look in that direction, you'll see pretty much what I'm seeing.
over to your left up about 7 degrees.
That's not what I'm seeing.
Okay, why is it? Proto, look at the direction I'm looking at, because that's where the dropship is on my side.
That's not where it's at for me at all. Like the other side behind me. And it's doing a warp jump or something.
Did that just break through the...
Hexagons, yes. Or would those be octagons? Pro math thing. Are octagons the 6-sided ones or is that hexagons?
Okay, I'm hearing a lot at the moment. What is happening?
Is it hexagons are 6-sided and octagons are 8-sided? Or is it the other
Yes.
way around?
Yeah.
Okay, so there were hexagons that the ship just kind of shattered through somehow.
That's basically how it looks like if you time warp with a volley spaceship. And trust me, it's fun.
Well, just don't try going to the warp. The warp is not a good place. The warp is not a friendly place.
Yeah, I agree. Oh, Yep is back.
That is not how orbital mechanics works.
I mean, on a clear day you should be able to see it, but when you...
That's not how orbital mechanics works. You can't just hover in orbit like that.
For valid technology you can.
Somebody says my toe hurts. Ow.
Alexi, not entirely. So you'd have to be having some sort of momentum in one direction in orbit around the planet, or in this case, moon, at the correct rate to seem like you're stationary in orbit. But you
This is a
can't just stay
moon.
stationary in orbit. Close enough. You can't just stay stationary in orbit, or else the ship would be going
Mini
off
walk.
the horizon.
Yeah.
Going off of the
I
horizon.
mean, if you look at the engines on the back and on the front,
They're pointed straight down.
those are basically what keeps it afloat.
Yeah, but they're pointed straight down. They should be pointed just slightly off to one side to maintain forward momentum. So that way it's staying synced within the orbit of the planet. Or in this case, I'm about to be shot by a railgun.
Yeah, pretty much.
What
Wait.
happened?
He's all the way over there.
What happened?
I need to be
I got
asking
shot
you
by a
that.
railgun, that's what happened.
But
Did
you
that really
actually...
happen?
No, I just hit the respawn button for getting that.
No.
That was perfect timing though.
Okay.
It seems like suddenly everyone's dark now for some reason. Hmm.
I'm gonna guess that's something. Man, I'm still massive in comparison to you two short stacks.
I mean, I am a bird, so of course I'm gonna be small.
Okay, but I think you're smaller than the average of all people.
Yeah, I'm smaller than the average of Bali.
It's too small. Oh. Well, why are you wearing boots that are too small? All right, I have chat on a separate tab, but it's behind the game window, so I can only see part of it.
Oh, Alex, speaking of something.
Yeah.
I saw something that you would love the other day.
What did you see?
It was a spider like the size of your hand, sitting on a guy's arm, just basically sitting there like, hey, friend.
Ah. No.
You're over there.
No.
I mean, I could still send you that freeze-dried tarantula someday.
Yeah, but if that package disappears, I'm burning my house down.
mean, I could send one for both you and your father to try eating.
Then both of us will be committing arson on our own property.
I take it he doesn't like spiders either.
Trust me, you haven't heard him screaming when a spider came up way too close to him.
Oh, you know what would be just evil?
Yeah?
Get one of those freeze-dried spiders, put it inside the case to your computer, and then ask your dad to help you troubleshoot a technical problem.
That kinda won't work because he taught me how to work on my PC. Plus,
Okay, yeah,
I built it up myself.
You could just tell him that you're having like some issue with the RAM that you can't figure out yourself, but you could just like ask him to help you with it.
Not very convincing, man.
What? Just
No.
what if I try to say my power supply went boom, I just need help with that and Big Ugly is sitting there.
Oh yeah. Well, like, have it sitting in a corner or something so he doesn't see it immediately.
I have a perfect place to hide it. I mean, he's pretty much gonna have to take the entire power supply out in order to find the Big Ugly.
Oh, probably.
Or what?
I'm just giving Alexi ideas to prank their father.
Oh.
Yeah, but at the same time, I won't be touching any of those, so don't worry.
It's fine. You just need to wear a pair of gloves or something.
I think I'll be wearing more than just a pair of gloves.
I mean, hey, at least it's not as bad as getting sent some note rope.
Yeah, I don't want a 20-foot no prop crawling around in my room. It's already bad enough that we live near a mountain.
Wait, what's worse, snakes or spiders? Or spiders covered in snakes? Or snakes covered in spiders? Whichever one.
All of them. All of them. All of
Observing.
them.
I'm sure. As you can probably hear, I have a different microphone as well.
Yeah. Although it sounds like if you're very far away from the mic.
Got
I
him.
mean, I kind of am.
He was trying to eat it.
I mean, it's better than my other microphone. It doesn't have any, like, filters or anything. That's
I didn't hear most of it, but yeah, I agree.
Observing.
I mean, if you'd rather, I could just stick my mic right next to my face.
That sounds much better.
Probably, yeah. The only problem with this mic is I have to get a dedicated sound card eventually.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it's a mic that uses a, correct me if I'm wrong, XLR cable, I believe, which requires a sound card to just plug it straight into my computer, unfortunately.
But you gotta
Yeah,
cram.
those mics are
You gotta
horrible
cram it into the
company.
computer.
I don't think I could just cram it into my computer.
Everything is possible if you add a little bit of force.
Yeah, just look at the
I already
Empire.
need to... I already need to repair and replace a couple components in my computer anyway. I don't want to break anything by shoving a microphone inside the computer. Let alone break the damn mic.
What's left of the Empire? At least where
Yeah.
I'm from.
Wait, which empire are we talking about? Are we talking about the Galactic Empire, the Avali Empire, the Protogen Empire, the Imperial Empire?
Burbs.
Just how many empires are there?
Yes. The answer to that question, Alexi, is just yes. What the hell's on your arm?
Yeah, what is that? It's probably a debug tool.
Almost looks like a form or something. Almost like a administrative volley. I don't know.
Hmm.
I don't know why it takes so much resources just to load this avatar.
Probably poly count.
No,
Yeah,
it's poly count, add-ons, shaders.
Would it be better just to describe it as an asset count then?
No, they're called add-ons.
Oh, okay.
Not like when I summon that ship. That's an
The
add-on.
one that's back and probably gonna shoot me again.
That's an add-on. So like, according to VRC, my avatar is technically freaking huge.
I mean you do have a
Despite-
huge ship floating up there.
Yes.
Wait, that's yours? I thought that was Alexi.
No, that's mine.
I wish.
Oh.
I wish.
Wait, if that's just an Avali dropship, what does one of their battleships look like?
It's like, and almost 400 times larger than the dropship.
I wonder how well an Avali not dropship. I wonder how well an Avali battleship would hold up in a space engagement with an Imperial battleship.
I mean, with the amount of weapons that that battleship has.
Are you seriously comparing this
Yeah.
to
Yes.
Warhammer? Stop! Stop!
Yeah. Can Avali weapons, at least battleship grade weaponry, pierce like 10 to 20 meters of armor?
He can penetrate more than that. With anti-shelter ammunition.
Well, they'd probably stand at least some kind of a chance then. How well would they hold up against the ship that is... Oh, fuck. Off the top of my head, I think the normal Imperial battleship is 5 kilometers long? I think? Might be bigger than that, actually. I might be thinking of a Luna-class cruiser. Hold on, let me look this up.
He's a
mean,
bit of a
with
nut
the-
with Warhammer.
Yeah, I mean, I did play War Thunder quite some time ago.
No, Warhammer, not War Thunder.
Oh, Warhammer.
I definitely gotta get my hands on
I
that
stand
PC.
corrected. I stand corrected. Your average Imperial battleship can range anywhere from 5 kilometers to 12.
No.
Yeah. But one of those ships at least holds a cannon.
But would a volley weaponry be able to take on something like this that is designed in such a way to, I mean, one of their legitimate combat tactics is just fucking ramming ships together. I mean, Imperial battleships, and most Imperial ships are actually designed with a reinforced prow, specifically to pretty much split anything they smash into in half.
I mean,
Warhammer.
despite its size, it's quite good with maneuverability.
Why are
Fair
you
enough.
comparing this with Warhammer? I mean, out of all IPs, Warhammer?
Because I'm a nerd for weaponry. All of this is also excluding any kind of boarding torpedoes. Yes, in Warhammer 40,000, one of the tactics that they have is to throw torpedoes at you, specifically designed to board your vessel while they're pummeling the shit out of you.
Yeah, fair enough.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if some of these ships are kilometers wide, along with kilometers long. They're effectively designed for broadside type combat, but in space, so they're very, very heavily armed and very, very heavily armored.
Coffee.
What about coffee?
Nothing.
I haven't drank coffee in the longest time.
No, I've been drinking coffee every day.
Alexi, you have a crippling coffee addiction that can never be satisfied, no matter how much coffee you drink.
Yeah, I'm already ending up with 3 spoons of coffee in 1 cup.
Yeah. If you have a coffee percolator, you should sometime try Death Wish coffee, I believe is the name of it. It's actually pretty good. It has hints of, like, chocolate, a little bit of cherry. It's really good coffee, actually.
Ah, I might try that one day. If
It's
I
also
can-
it's also allegedly like 3 or 4 times as powerful, or, you know, much caffeine, I guess, as a normal cup of coffee.
No.
Take that with a grain of salt, though. I don't think it actually is any stronger than a normal cup of coffee, but it tastes pretty good, though.
Yeah, I'll try that. If I can find it, because I don't think it even... I don't think it even exists in South Africa, so... Yeah.
Oh, probably not.
I might find it in another country, but not here.
You might be able to get it shipped there, at least.
Well, hold on now. Getting things shipped has gotten expensive.
Yeah, that's a good point.
That, and you have no guarantee that it's gonna arrive to your location safely.
I mean, especially considering how the South African government is.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, y'all don't have rights down there specifically just because of your skin color.
Yep.
Oh, speaking of which, your family may very well be able to apply for asylum in the United States to get the fuck out of there. Specifically because of some of the more... I'm not going to be able to say much on stream, obviously, but some of the more interesting policies of the South African government.
Yes, Alexi,
You know what I'm
this is
talking
off
about.
stream, by the way. I'm not joking. This is live.
I don't actually know, but... Yeah.
I mean, if we just go out of earshot of the Prot over here, I could explain exactly what I'm talking about for you.
Okay.
Alright, we shall be back momentarily.
We shall be back shortly. Adorable Prata.
Uh-huh. No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
What in the world am I listening to? What are them hovering around over there? They'll still be out of earshot. Okay, let me see what's happening over here. One is just people observing. Well, look, I try, okay? I try. We are chilling and grilling. they're still over there.
Yeah, it's a very good idea. Just because you're a nice person, and would suck for anything like that to happen to you. Hello again, dear Prot.
I might be a nice person on the outside, but I'm a menace to society.
Only if that society is made of spiders.
Yeah, then they are the menace to society.
Man, you would love Azul Nerub or Ajkahet.
I don't know what that is, but I don't think I like what that is.
6 foot tall spider people.
Oh, hell no. To the
Like, their
hell
lower
no.
body is just a spider. Their upper body is somewhat humanoid with a spider head. And yes, they generally have anywhere from 6 to 8 eyes.
No, that ain't happening. Oh, have you
Oh,
watched the movie Sting?
I don't think I have.
Well, I watched it and
Thanks,
2
chat.
nights of sleep went goodbye.
Have a good day or night, I guess. What's happening?
Alexi's asking me if I've seen the movie Sting, which I haven't.
That very movie alone just like literally removed 2 nights of sleep.
You know, you should watch the movie The Mist at some point.
I already watched that.
You loved those alien spiders, didn't you?
Yeah, so much
Good old
that
acid webs.
Yeah, so much that I had the entire week with no sleep.
Yeah, fair enough.
But now in this movie Sting, right? It's an alien spider that grows with anything it eats. Like it climbs into your mouth. Oh, just talking about it just...
If you're squirming around, laying eggs.
Why does that remind me of an SCP that does something similar? I think it's the one that lays a larva that attaches to your central nervous system.
No, it like that spider like literally eats you from the inside out.
Oh, so you can feel it wriggling around and nibbling at everything inside then, huh?
Gooey.
Yeah, but only problem is you're gonna be paralyzed.
Oh, so there's nothing. That is your sleep paralysis demon now, isn't it?
Yeah. Every single thing that touched me, that even felt like if it had more than just one flippin' leg. I was standing outside my door while my door was closed.
Your skin just disappeared because it was running away. Or would it be crawling away?
No, never mind skin. I'll be running around with my skeleton.
Probably, yeah.
They can keep the skin.
Ah,
Adorable Proto.
no.
Yes.
Actually, you would probably hate one particular world in Warhammer.
Pretty much so, because I already know where this is going.
Yeah, it's a world that is entirely infested with a spider creature race, which has managed to actually dominate the entire world and become its apex predator. If I remember right, it was actually just called the Planet of Murder or something like that.
The Planet of Nope. That's what I'm calling it.
The planet of Night.
Ah, yes, it was called the Planet of Murder, and it was infested by a race known as the Mega Arachnids. These things were able to kill, like, 8-foot tall, genetically enhanced super soldiers that were wearing effectively tank-level armor and weaponry.
It's already bad enough that Alaska has a spider that can bite straight through thick leather boots.
Oh no, these ones wouldn't be able to bite through, like, thick leather boots. They'd probably be able to bite through several inches of armor-grade steel. Or probably armor-grade composite steel, titanium mixes. Yeah. These fuckers could probably bite through or just shatter metal.
Okay, I will be using my
Chat.
battleship to wipe that little world from the face of the universe.
As far as I know, according to the lore, if I remember right, the only way to actually cleanse the planet is to make planetfall and fight on foot. Not
Hello.
fight on, armored vehicles and stuff. Fight planet side. Let's just go with that.
Hello, 973. I can't pronounce that name.
I'm setting my foot in no planet. I'm not being paid enough for going on a planet that can with murder spiders.
Fair enough. I mean, I wouldn't be entirely surprised if these mega arachnids are possibly able to eliminate entire regiments or like entire corps of all the soldiers.
Depending on how big they are, they can literally snap an entire volley or an average sized volley in half
It's average.
without even a crunch.
Should I just ask
And to be
Alexi?
fair,
Alexa?
Oh, you're gonna love this lore page. Apparently, the warrior class of these spiders had fucking swords on their arms. Effectively, those swords were also made of an organic metallic compound.
The fucking what?
Alexa. What is the average size of a volley?
$1.75.
1.75 meters?
Of course, it brings up
somewhere around
volleyball.
there.
Never mind.
Yeah, these mega arachnids, on average, the warrior class are like 3 meters tall, have 8 limbs, and are also segmented like insects.
I'll just ask co-pilot,
never
I
mind.
guess. Oh,
Okay,
Alexa's
never mind.
kinda
It can pretty
dumb.
much swallow the entire. It can pretty much swallow the entire volley whole without even hesitating.
so what is the average size? I missed out on that part.
The average size of an volley or of the mega arachnids?
Verb.
1.75 meters.
What does that
So that
mean?
would be- 1.75 meters, rough calculation. I think that's like 5 foot, somewhere between 5 foot and 5'5". I think somewhere around there.
Can we get someone to verify this?
I know that like 1.82 is
Do I have
6
to
foot,
ask?
so
Do I have to ask Copilot?
you could.
No, googling my friend is gonna help me here.
Google. No, Google's not your friend.
Oh, these mega arachnids are also coated in a thick carapace that acts like a fucking armor. Oh yeah, and those like sword-like appendages that I mentioned, each one beyond the joint is about 1 meter long.
Time to go pyro.
Oh, there's also flying variants of them
Oh, great.
that look like wasps.
The fucking what now?
Yeah, there's flying versions of these mega arachnids, which also have 8 limbs, and they also are apparently able to break armor.
Proto armor?
Oh, yeah, probably. I mean, they're quoted in the lore. They have a sinister hook on their head capable of breaking armor. So not only do you have to worry about the 3 meter tall mega arachnids on the ground, but you also have to worry about flying versions of them that look similar to wasps.
According to what Google say, 1.75 meters is approximately 5.74 foot.
Oh. I thought the average of Ollie was like 4 foot.
I missed that. What was it? 5 foot something?
5'7".
An average of volley is 5'7".
It's basically half of a average human. That's usually in the 6 foot.
Well, I'm rocking 5'5", so time to fight.
Shorter than the average proto, and apparently shorter than the average volley.
Hey, I still put up a
I
fight.
don't even know how tall I am. I might or might not be as tall as the Protegen.
Yeah, you are both short stacks, huh?
Mm-hmm. Perfect.
It's kind of weird to be the tallest one here. I just fucking casually over here at 6 foot.
Definitely cheated. Definitely cheated.
How the hell did I cheat?
Yeah, what's your secret?
I don't know, I just grew my height myself, I guess.
Are you standing most of the time?
Laying down most of the time, actually. Unless I'm walking somewhere, which is any time I have to actually go anywhere.
No, you must be standing a lot.
I don't know.
So,
I have no
Copilot,
way around time.
how do you go on a date with an Avali?
But it
Oh,
is,
speaking
you just
of-
ask him.
Copilot
Out of
doesn't know what I'm
curiosity-
talking about, apparently.
Out of curiosity, Alexi, how long would it take you to walk roughly 2 kilometers?
Hmm.
If I have to rough, depending on what speed I must walk.
Yeah, man, I told you before. You
Fast
asked me this
walking or
before.
slow
It depends on a multitude of factors.
My question is, could you do that in 20 minutes?
No,
What the fuck?
unless I'm full on bolting towards that goal.
Am I only able to walk that fast because I'm tall? What the fuck?
Depends on what if I have my armor on, that's triple my weight. And also at what speed I'm walking.
Oh no, I'm actually talking like real life.
Talk about real life.
Yeah.
Oh, in real life, mostly, I can say
Also, like, what would I
50
be in a
minutes.
hurry for? Just to make that distance and then make it back?
Is
My
what now?
usual walk speed. With my usual walk speed, I will make it at least 50 minutes.
15 or 50?
50. Hell no, I will be not making it in 15 unless I'm running for my life.
Yeah, fair enough.
What's your excuse?
Earlier this... I don't have an excuse. I'm still wondering how the fuck I managed to walk that distance in 20 minutes.
Because some Eiffel Tower sitting in front of me is quite literally
Yeah, you got that
don't
larger
even have the
stripe going
hazard
on, you
to
know?
it.
Well, maybe it is my stride.
I mean, you can literally carry me and the Prot and still make it in 20 minutes at that point.
I mean, maybe.
Maybe.
Let me tell you this. If I was chased by like 3 huntsman spiders, right? Give me 5 seconds, I'll run 3 kilometers. Because those damn things follow you.
What if you had like 100 spiders following you? Oh, 100 of those mega arachnids.
Make it less than a split second.
Yeah, fair enough.
I'll be breaking the speed of light when those things start chasing me.
Okay, you're not multi-dimensional, okay? You're not Sonic levels of fast. Specifically the comics. You can't be doing that.
That will be
Oh.
easily possible when being chased by those things.
Hey, Alexi, you want to know something else funny about those mega arachnids?
Yeah?
He's one of
They're
them.
capable of spaceflight.
Oh, fuck no. Okay, what
Apparently,
universe are they in?
Warhammer 40,000, apparently they managed to colonize, or, I don't know, invade,
Universe. What universe? So I can know that I can stay away from that.
40K.
Yeah,
It's
40K.
the
They
40K
invaded 8
universe.
systems. They invaded 8 solar systems.
Star systems.
Okay, I'm
But
staying
the correct
away
terminology
from
is star systems.
Fair enough.
I'm staying at least 900 billion light years away from that multi-universe.
Got it, so the other side of the galaxy.
Pretty much, yeah.
I mean, we can always just have reality collapse in on itself. Oh wait, that would mean that it would just fall into the back rooms and none of them would survive. Never mind.
I mean, there's a reason why fans of 40K do not want to go to 40K. I mean, the Dark Age of technology was so advanced that humanity figured out how to make not only a black hole cannon that you can mount to a battleship, but also a cannon that allows it to send you back in time to make sure the black hole cannon does hit you if it misses. Why? Fuck you, that's why.
Would just be a paradox? I'm confused.
Not necessarily. Look, 40K is weird. 40K's version of time is very, very finicky and very fucky. I mean, 40K canonically has a dimensional plane known as the warp, where time doesn't exactly work correctly. You could commit to a warp jump in the year M41, year 995, right? It's entirely possible and has occurred that you might arrive to your destination 5 years before you set sail. Or, this has also happened as well in the lore, 1,000 years after you departed for your destination. And there's no way at all to tell which one it's going to be or if it's going to happen at all.
So it's basically completely random.
Pretty much, yeah. The warp doesn't give a fuck about time. Canonically speaking, the Chaos Gods have existed since the beginning of time and to the end of time simultaneously, all at once.
That's how time works.
Yeah.
I know that's not how it works, but according to 40K and the way that this dimension in particular they're talking about works, somehow that does work.
I said that's how that works, though.
Oh, okay, okay.
You can have beings that exist in the past, present, and future. Like that is a thing.
Yes, that's pretty much how the warp works. It exists in both the past, future, and present simultaneously.
What a
Luckily,
strange bunch we got here. Somebody says, "What lore are we talking about here?" They're talking about 40,000.
Yeah,
40,000.
40,000.
God damn it. 40K. Warhammer 40K. That's what they're talking about. There. Got it.
Yes.
I just
Another
had a
thing that
simple question about verbs. Apparently, Mrs. Ohi here says I could just go up to one and ask about. I don't think it's going to be that simple, but sure, whatever.
It is actually that simple.
There's also another thing that exists that was created during the Dark Age of technology. It's a compound known as phosphex. Think napalm, but this shit is sentient, will keep burning for days, and will actively try to make contact with you.
That's one
Yeah.
thing I should not be messing with.
Oh, and it can still burn you to death through your armor. But
Definitely staying away from that.
yeah, as far as I know, the STC to actually make more phosphex was destroyed by a particularly horrified tech priest. However, given the fact that the fucking Tyranids exist, he probably shouldn't have done that. I mean, a version of napalm.
Got it.
I mean, a version of napalm that actively keeps burning for days, if not months on end, and actively seeks out living targets to, burn, seems kind of useful when you're talking about effectively space herpes.
Holy crap, my phone's hot. And it's burning up.
Recharging it while also watching chat.
No, it's just watching chat, but it is burning up in my hands at the moment.
I would recommend turning it off, letting it cool off. You could damage the battery if you leave it on.
And this is a cheap phone. I just buy another one. Phone's like $100 and less when it's on sale.
I wish.
Also, I didn't pay for this, so
I can literally buy myself a car with the price of a phone.
wait, human tech phone?
No, that's way too cheap for Avalon credits. I mean, one Avalon credit can buy 1 billion phones of human tech.
Okay, so what is this thing called humans that y'all keep bringing up? What are these things?
Some weird beings. I don't know. Just some weird beings that some mad scientist found.
Where there were like bipedal, hairless apes that roam a blue ball in space somewhere?
Yeah,
I don't know what these humans
something
are.
like that.
It, y- you, Verb, some kind of subspecies, I assume, uh, are much more familiar with these things.
No.
So you gone quiet? What's up? I guess it's just us. I don't know what happened.
I don't know. Wolfie, you still there?
Yeah, I'm just looking up the folders.
Hold on. Let's see, co-pilot.
Uh,
How do you date in a volley? Okay. How do you
did someone
date
not
in a
already
volley
answer
without
that?
being killed?
Um,
It seems confused as to what I'm asking. Okay, never mind.
I can answer that for you. You have to be a Valley in order to even set foot into the city of Taryak.
Okay, but what if I just set foot on the main city of Avalon? Just to say hi.
That's the
That's,
city of Taryak.
yeah, that's what she said.
Yeah, but what would happen if I actually set foot there?
You would be killed.
Yeah, the
I mean,
moment
it's
you
not
get...
right.
At that point, the civilian can just pull out the gun and shoot you. And nothing will be done to them.
They could certainly try to put me down, but I don't know how effective that actually is.
Oh no, folks back at home are busy pointing guns at each other, so I'm not gonna interject here.
Did you mention the Drac deer?
No, God no.
Sorry.
I said folks back at home are pointing guns at each other. Something about either side's cargo ships going missing in deep space. I don't know about any about that. I just know that stuff is happening. Hi.
Oh,
Proto.
adorable Proto.
I swear to God, there's several fucking mosquitoes in here somewhere.
Does it look like I'm a pro?
Yes, it does.
Adorable. I mean, adorable bird.
This is somehow scarier.
I mean, as far as I know, he's still a proto.
Kind of like that mutated trout I was talking about the other day. That's like nightmare fuel to know that something like that exists down there.
Yeah, fair enough.
It like crawls around like a spider too. Oh God, no. I'm moving on. There's like very little light down there. Very little. Okay.
No.
mean, it is called the depths, so nobody goes down there. Kind of strange. That's want a feather for crown. As a crown. That one has way too many eyes that make any logical sense.
Hmm.
And it's freakishly huge too.
But is there something wrong with me having spider eyes?
Yeah, spider eyes is kind of creepy on my side. Uh,
What? You're not fond of a spider, Protogen?
Well, I know about that. I mean,
Protogen talk is
assassins
fine.
have that many eyes.
Speaking of Protogens, it makes me wonder why the scout models don't have more eyes. More inputs for data gathering, considering their whole job is to scout areas, so you think that they'd want more possible information. Things like environmental conditions, thermal
Yeah, but you're
conditions.
not like built to like hunt down a specific target.
Yeah, but having more visual inputs would be very useful for, actually collecting data.
Hey, we're not talking
Scouting
about that
data.
group of Froats. They just worship cones for some reason.
Yeah, fair enough.
What story of that bird was there? That one?
What now?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Right. Have like Terra been destroyed yet or anything? Or
You know what now?
Terra? Super Earth? Democracy?
Oh. Terra still exists in 40 games.
Do we really need it around though?
I mean, in 40k, Terra exists more as a symbol of humanity's birthplace rather than an actually decent place to live. I mean, in 40k, canonically speaking, Terra is such a shithole to live in that if the water and food shipments get delayed by even days or even not weeks, billions of people will die.
Yeah, but isn't that how you handle population control?
I mean, considering every single inch of Terra in 40k is colonized and developed into livable land. Yeah, I mean, Terra in 40k, if I remember correctly, something like 6 trillion people, if not more.
You know, that city on Avalon sounds real nice right about now.
Unless you want to get turned into Swiss cheese. If you're not on a valley.
What do I look like to you? A refrigerator?
No, just adorable valley.
See? Probably would get in just fine.
No, I stand corrected. It's not in the trillions. It's apparently in the quadrillions.
I don't know. Would I be able to blend in with the locals? I'm not from around here.
It depends on
I
what
mean,
area of the cities you try to go into. If you're in
if
the
you stand around with
underhives, if you're in the underhives and the lowest like bowels of the cities, you'll probably be fine. Though you might entirely be hunted by some of the humans there because you're not well human, and you're also not sanctioned by the Imperium as an acceptable.
I was talking about the city of Avalon, but okay.
Oh, oh,
every corner in that city is heavily guarded. There's not even a single place but your apartment that you are not guarded.
I need an apartment?
I mean, if you own an apartment like me, then pretty much that's pretty much the only place you're not going to be watched like 24/7.
even in the restrooms?
Should I be worried?
Probably not.
Your apartment is basically the only private place you have. And the
So
windows is
public
not on one
bathrooms are even
side.
got it.
You what now?
So public bathrooms are also monitored on Avalon. Got it.
No. Although you're gonna be saying hi to a few guards staying outside, guarding the bathroom.
Okay. Oh, I thought the facility I was in was restrictive. Okay.
So I wouldn't even be able to get like a day pass or anything to visit the city of Avalon.
That is not a
Such thing
tourist
does not
destination, sir. Apparently. Supposedly.
Right.
Although you get a free pass to the forest of the void.
What the hell is the forest of the
Isn't that forest that you brought up about people just going missing when going there?
Yeah, that very forest.
I don't
Totally
even
want to go.
Find a way out.
I totally want to go.
It would be certainly interesting to explore and catalog the various flora and fauna within that forest.
Yeah, you guys can enjoy. You guys can knock yourself out. I ain't going there.
I mean, it's not like anything in there can kill me. Well, okay, the correct term would be keep me dead rather than necessarily kill me, but
Hmm. See, heavily guarded. There's security on every corner, like there's a Starbucks in every corner.
There's
I
only
wouldn't
like
even be able to approach the like outskirts of the city without being shot.
I mean, you don't find Starbucks there. I never heard of that place.
What?
Okay,
And
Pro,
everyone
wouldn't this technically be
listening
Burger
to
Bucks?
Yeah.
Yeah, wouldn't it technically be Burb Bucks instead of Starbucks?
No. It's just like, I don't know, coffee and breakfast items, snack items. I've never really been to one.
Fair enough.
Some sort of coffee joint.
Well, Terra is a awful place to live. It is the most populated world in the entirety of the Imperium, and one of the worlds with the lowest quality and standard of living possible.
So then we're Super Terra.
Super Terra doesn't exist. Are you talking about Super Earth?
Earth, Terra, super-sized planet.
Same thing.
Are you guys talking about the Blue Planet 2.0?
Helldiver. You know, the planet that is being invaded by alien species at the moment. By the way, fuck Super Earth. I'm still pissed at that company for nickel and diming everybody with every fucking.
Well, I was referring to the class of planets, but yeah, close enough.
Oh, okay. Super Earths. Got it. My bad. Misunderstood what you meant.
Is it like rocky worlds that are like smaller than Neptune, or roughly the same size as Neptune? Does anyone know what I'm talking about?
Not really.
My brain
Well, vaguely. Sounds almost like you're talking about something similar to where I came from.
Come on, you over that gas giant that's up there.
Oh, that one.
What do you think that gas giant smelled like? What do you think it tastes like?
Well, you pretty much will die instantly when you set foot on it. It's highly radioactive.
Okay, that's also assuming that you can manage to make it to the quote-unquote surface of the gas giant as well. I think you would probably be crushed by the time you hit that, or you'd end up just basically floating on the atmosphere.
No, you're gonna get sucked in at such a high speed the moment you hit the core. You're gonna be so flat that you're gonna basically melt into the core.
Actually, speaking of, Pro, you would know this considering your whole thing is space. According to the density of the various planets like Jupiter, is it possible to hit a point where instead of falling into the gravitational well, you end up actually just floating on the atmosphere itself? This is entirely excluding being crushed by the pressure or, killed by the radiation.
Oh God. You said to float? Are you asking to float on the atmosphere, or what was the question?
I'm asking if it's possible to, on a gas giant like Jupiter, for example, or a gas giant like the one that Apple One is orbiting, is it possible for you to hit a section of the atmosphere that is more dense than the human body leading you to be able to actually effectively float on the atmosphere like a piece of wood would float on water. This is entirely excluding, being crushed by the pressure or being killed by the radiation.
Oh God. Being able to float on the atmosphere of Jupiter.
Or would it just occur
Um,
that you'd end up being pulled through that layer by the gravitational pull itself?
you would just be pulled through.
Huh.
Right? Oh my, I'm confusing myself. Float on the atmosphere.
Yeah. So the reason why that wood floats, for example, wood is less dense than water, that's why it floats. I'm just wondering if it's possible for you to hit something in the atmosphere that is more dense than you are, allowing you to effectively
Oh,
float on it like you would with water.
that's a maybe. Yeah, I can't give you a definitive answer. Maybe you could float.
Find out.
Well, Jupiter would sink if it was in water, so
Fair enough.
so I'm going to go with no. You would just fall through.
Actually, here's an interesting question. Would it be possible to, theoretically speaking, walk on the surface of a star, given how dense everything on it would be? Again, excluding being killed by either the heat, the pressure, or the radiation.
Oh God. I want to say you could, but I'm not 100% sure. God, what was it? Hold on.
I swear to God, this fucking mosquito is taunting me.
Luckily, I don't have such problems as mosquitoes.
Okay, maybe not like the actual star itself, but maybe something like a brown dwarf.
I know that you would, technically speaking, be able to walk on the surface of a white dwarf without any issue.
Not a white dwarf, a brown dwarf. They if God, what was it? It was like if Jupiter was a bit larger or so than what it is now, it could have been a dwarf star in of itself. But there are brown dwarfs out there that average about 80 degrees. So technically you could.
Actually, speaking of gas giants, what would happen to the solar system if Jupiter, Saturn, Neptune, and Uranus actually not exactly collide, but like coalesce into one solar entity? Go with that.
You mean a massive planet?
Kind of, yeah. Like if, for lack of a better term, if they all collided together and then instead of scattering everything, they all kind of coalesced into one entity, one. It wouldn't be a planet at that point. I think it would be a gas giant, I guess.
Well, we know that the star system will fall in complete chaos if Mercury was to suddenly deorbit. So, it wouldn't be good because then you're talking about debris from the asteroid field being tossed inward. And Jupiter is basically the last line of defense. So if Jupiter is suddenly just gone, then we have no defense.
I'm not talking like gone. I'm talking like merging those four into one.
I get that. But we don't have a line of defense at that point. So things would just be tossed inward.
Interesting.
And because of the amount of gravitational pull that this fictional planet that you're talking about, it would more or less deorbit practically everything.
Yeah, it will basically suck everything in.
Because Jupiter is where it's at now because of Saturn's pull on it. So meaning that Jupiter could have kept migrating inward. I mean, it already starved Mars, so. There's a bird here on this icy moon.
Bird sitting in front of me.
On this icy moon, which is like comparable to Titan, by the way, which is eerie to see, the interesting to say the least.
So would that be liquid water behind you or liquid ammonia?
Where Titan is?
No, on Avalon.
Oh, that's liquid ammonia.
So don't drink it.
Yeah, don't drink it.
Not safe for you to drink, but safe for us Avalis to drink.
I mean, it gives you an idea how cold it is for it to be a liquid form.
Yeah.
No, yeah, no, go drink it. Go ahead and drink it, man.
I swear to God, I'm gonna kill this fucking mosquito at some point.
Good luck with your stomach if you take at least a little sip of the manual water.
I don't think it's gonna make it to my stomach. It's probably gonna like freeze everything else on the way down first.
Yeah.
Talk about
But if
wicked
it
brain.
reaches your stomach, well, good luck. Because everything else is gonna get frozen.
Oh, probably. But yeah, talk about wicked brain freezing.
So when it rains, it's
Yeah,
ammonia.
basically, yeah. Although it doesn't rain, it just snows. Like, a lot.
Yep.
Actually, that's a very good, interesting question. Given how cold it is on Avalon, would wood even be able to burn?
Well, if you even light a spark in Avalon, you're basically gonna blow the entire planet sky high.
Ah, so you'd light the atmosphere. Wait, that means that the humans could just delete Avalon with a single nuclear bomb by lighting the atmosphere on fire.
Basically, yeah.
Actually, fun fact,
But we
during the Manhattan Project in humanity's past, they did calculate that there was a non-zero chance that they'd actually light the atmosphere of the planet on fire during the first ever nuclear test. And they never got a 0% chance when they did the mathematical calculations on that.
yeah, no, they never
I don't
got
even think
that
humans know
not
where
even close
Avalon
to zero.
is.
I mean, they probably figured it out. Then again, what kind of technology would mankind try to use to actually get a nuclear device here? I mean, a missile isn't going to work very well, because that's going to take, like, fucking eons to get here.
About
If you accelerate a
100 light years.
railgun, yeah, if you try to accelerate a projectile using a railgun at a fraction of the speed of light, at that point you might as well just, like, do that with a tungsten rod rather than an actual nuke, because at that point you're basically just smacking a nuke into the surface of the planet at a fraction of the speed of light, which that would dump probably enough kinetic energy to not be good.
That's if it's even gonna make it to Avalon.
Yeah, that's also a good question, considering there's probably quite a few solar entities, various, cosmic entities in the way as well. Although, theoretically speaking,
We
you
were
might
talking
be able
about
to get
military presence, but okay.
Well, there's also that too. I mean, even if you have a military presence, if something is traveling towards your planet at a fraction of the speed of light, there's fuck all you could really do about it.
Well, no,
Yeah.
we kind of deal in magic. Oh my god,
Yeah, but that requires them to actually be able to detect the incoming projectile.
they
And
have
if
ways
it's
though.
traveling, yeah, but if it's traveling close to light speed, that requires them to have something that is able to actually detect it before it impacts. And the fastest known thing in the universe is light itself. Meaning, the only way that they can detect that it's incoming is when it's already
Are you
here.
sure that's not just a suggestion, like you've always spout?
Although, okay, the laws of physics are indeed a suggestion that humanity hasn't figured out how to, bypass yet.
Did we just start getting understanding of quantum, like how time actually has two arrows?
Speaking of science, I still want to test what, like, a 1,000,000 megaton nuclear device would do if detonated in space. What would happen to the fabric of reality when you concentrate so much energy in such a small spot?
It will cause a supernova.
Possibly.
Well, no, he's talking about
Anything
fabrics
like
of
it.
space-time. I think it would do more than just that.
Well, we're talking something that would be so fucking powerful that I'd have to detonate it behind another solar object so that there's no direct path from that explosion to Terra.
You looking to blow up Terra?
No, I'm looking to detonate it in such a way that another solar object will stop any amount of energy or any kind of energy from coming directly at the planet. Because the kind of device that I'm talking about is in such a fucking strength that you have to be very, very, very careful. Like, this is something that, ideally speaking, you would detonate at the edge of the solar system.
So you're looking to stop an exo object dead in its tracks?
No,
On the
what I would be
outskirts?
looking to do, what I would be looking to do with the experiment would be effectively detonate a device that would be, again, something just absolutely fucking absurd. There's no way humanity would ever agree to do this to begin with. But let's just say, hypothetically, something that's 1,000 megatons or 1,000,000 megatons, right? but detonate it out on the edge of the solar system, preferably at such a point in time when something like Jupiter would be in between Terra and the detonation, like a direct line of sight. Similar, think like an eclipse. Like Jupiter would eclipse Earth between Earth and the detonation of this device. So there's no direct path for the actual energy outputted by this device to actually hit Terra in any amount.
So you're looking to shield some kind of shock wave that would happen?
Effectively, think of it as a shockwave of radiation or whatever the fuck this bomb would output, because we're talking an explosion in magnitude that humanity hasn't seen. We're talking an explosion in a magnitude that if it detonated on Terra, it would wipe humanity off of the face of the planet within hours, if not within minutes.
Why not just do a supernova? You're talking about destroying not just the planet, but everything around it.
Yeah,
Hence why it would be detonated at the edge of the solar system, away from any physical objects.
Well, I don't know about that. I don't even think that would work either.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that depends entirely upon travel time, how it's constructed, the half-life of the various elements used within it, a whole bunch of things. Also, how that device in particular would hold up to solar or cosmic radiation, various other things like that.
Okay.
It's by no means a simple process to do any of this, but I'm definitely interested in what would happen if you dump so much energy into such a small confined point as possible.
When you just get a black hole?
I don't think you would have enough material there to get a black hole, although you might be able to momentarily trigger a singularity. I don't know. I don't know what would happen. I'm interested in studying the results of what would happen in this situation.
You want to pause the singularity? Which, by the way, is not exactly paused. It's more of something being in the state of stasis. It just appears to be paused. I don't know. It's a weird concept trying to explain what stasis and time being paused actually are. If I sat here and said, well, I effectively stopped time, well, then the heat death of the universe would just happen right then and there.
I mean, yeah.
But if time is paused, it's not necessarily paused. Everything is in a state of stasis. It just it just appears that things have stopped, but it's not. Everything is still in motion.
Like if you manage to slow something down to the point where a fraction of a nanosecond would be an actual second by your perception.
It's something. It's something.
Yeah, but overall, I'm talking an experiment that would require an explosion of such magnitude that there's no way in hell that humanity would ever agree to it. There's no way in fuck you would ever be able to get any government on this planet, let alone every government on this planet, to actually agree to do something like that. Or give the necessary funding, because all of this is going to take something that's very, very fucking large, and that's going to take a lot of rockets to get it into space.
You can always just ask the burbs.
Yeah, not to mention also the delta V required to get this thing at the edge of the solar system, and also the timing that would be required to get this at the edge of the solar system.
Okay, this prompts another question about your experiment then. When you mean edge of the solar system, what do you mean by edge of the solar system?
What I'm talking about is somewhere out past Pluto.
Because you're talking about either the edge of where the Kuiper belt is, or are you talking about the edge where the Or oh god, what is it called? It's called the Oort cloud. I think that's what it's called.
It
Yeah,
would
something
be.
like that.
That's the
It would
cloud
be.
that's beyond the like Kuiper belt.
It would be out beyond the ore belt. Again, this is something with such energy that if it was to be
That's
detonated,
quite a bit of distance.
yeah.
Okay.
I mean, when you're considering the math involved in this kind of detonation, and the only real way to figure out what would happen would be to actually do it. This is the kind of thing where I don't want it anywhere in or near the solar system, if at all possible, because I don't know what it would do to the planets themselves, and I'd prefer not to, like, fuck up any of the planets in the solar system and cause a catastrophic chain reaction that ends everything in
Well,
this.
first of all, you would be disturbing the cloud, which is like where a lot of the deep space objects come from and beyond.
Yeah.
Because a lot of that material is from the early days of the solar system. That is still out there. So, or knows
Yeah.
it's out there.
I
Maybe
mean,
the bird knows.
If I pitched this idea to anybody in the scientific community, they would just call me fucking insane, frankly.
Well, you are.
I mean, yes, by all accounts, I am insane for not only coming up with a concept like that, but actively wanting to test it just to figure out what happens and study.
Don't you have
what-
Universe
what-
Sandbox?
Universe Sandbox wouldn't be able to simulate this kind of thing.
Yeah, it wouldn't. It just break
Yeah.
the simulation. Like the time Markiplier created a black hole accidentally.
Yeah, I don't even think that any of the quantum
Or-
computers on Terra currently would be able
Or
to
in my
simulate
case, I
this.
created a black dwarf, which shouldn't happen, but I managed to do that. That was something. Created a black dwarf that had a surface temp of like 70 to 80 degrees. Shouldn't be possible, by the way.
Magic.
That was
But
funny.
yeah, there's some experiments that I want to do that humanity would never agree, because it's not only incredibly dangerous, but batshit fucking insane. Also, this would probably release such amount of energy so close to the solar system that there might be other things out there in the galaxy that might see it, that you might not want to see it. Think like
Also, like,
lighting a flashlight temporarily. in the
you
darkest
are
night possible.
releasing a unique signature output in terms of like energy, so somebody's gonna pick up on that. We don't want that.
Exactly.
It's like going in the forest in the middle of the damn night and just lighting things up and be like, hey guys, I'm here, and there's like apex predators all around you. Why even do that?
Yeah.
You moron?
Overall, the main objective of this experiment would be to condense all of that energy down into something the size of a softball, or preferably even smaller to something like a golf ball. Even if only for a fraction of a second. I just want to see if it triggers any interesting, like, quantum physics phenomenon, like a universal exit door, as you called it, or if it just, even if it just doesn't do anything interesting at all, that's still telling you something.
I don't know. I mean, like, you can condense a moon down to a ball itself too, and it would still technically become a black hole, so I don't know.
I mean, all things considered, this thing, if you condensed it down that much, and even if it did become a black hole, I don't think it would become particularly problematic, because it would probably burn itself out relatively quickly, given it wouldn't have anything to actually consume, preferably.
That's not how black holes work, but okay.
Don't they give off Hawking radiation, which causes them to eventually dissipate?
No, but they still do this immense amount of destruction. I mean, like, it's a black hole. They get stronger with more materials they gather. Whatever. Moving on.
But yeah, I wonder if I sent that idea to some like the smartest scientists in the world, they'd actually be able to come up with calculations to figure out what the fuck would happen.
Isn't that what
I
Reddit's
know sure
for?
as shit that I mean, I know sure as shit I'm not clever enough, and I don't know the mathematical equations required to do that, nor do I want to actually learn them, because that would
Hey,
melt
Bert,
my fucking...
figure it out. Lexi, figure it out. She's not here, is she?
I don't
I'm still here.
Oh, run the
But yeah,
calculations.
What calculations?
Come to think about it, I don't even know how much energy something like a million megatons worth of explosion would actually give, especially if condensed down into something the size of a golf ball. That energy density would be... I don't even know.
It would be so insane that it will cause a tiny black hole to form.
Not necessarily. Because again, I don't think it would have enough mass to actually trigger a black hole singularity.
Or it will just cause a supernova so strong it wipes everything in its path.
I also don't know if it would have enough that would require it to become a momentary star capable of going supernova. And I don't think it would have enough mass to actually do that either. Because generally speaking, nuclear bombs that...
Maybe reality will just collapse in on itself.
Maybe. I mean, generally speaking, as far as humanity knows, nuclear devices, which I believe are specifically hydrogen devices detonated in space, they don't coalesce into, like, one point of energy. They kind of get condensed down during the detonation and then just spread out because there's not enough forces to keep it contained. Think like a couple kilometer wide or a couple mile wide sphere of superheated gases that quickly dissipate all of their energy. That being said, also I don't think mankind necessarily has the correct tiers of, like, high speed or quote-unquote super speed cameras yet to properly capture the footage of what would be occurring at the epicenter of the detonation. Not to mention, I also don't think that we would have access to the shielding required to prevent said technology from instantly getting fried by the immense amount of neutron radiation being emitted by such
Equipment already gets staticky when observing the sun. So
exactly. Or, you know, get turned into space slag by the thermal radiation burst.
Rubber.
Or the X-ray radiation burst. Or the infrared radiation burst. There's a whole bunch of shit that we'd have to worry about to fucking figure out how to get cameras that would survive such an event. Which is probably not possible. Unfortunately.
In their lifetime, maybe.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, Miss Burb over here is like 100-something years old, so... That one with the feathers for crown.
Yeah. Crown of feathers. I think I broke Alexi's brain by proposing that experiment.
Yeah, my brain is busy frying itself.
Now, all of this said, this would not necessarily be a go straight to the largest bomb for the, like, the apex of the experiment. It would be slowly working your way up from, like, about 100 megatons.
It's how experiments work.
Yeah. That way we can get an idea of roughly what we're dealing with before possibly creating a micro star for a moment. I mean, there's a reason why the joke is dropping the sun on your enemy, because hydrogen bombs are quite literally doing that. You are physically dropping a portion of the star's energy onto your enemy.
Why not just blast the planet?
Well, that's effectively what a hydrogen bomb would do. It blasts anything that it's detonated over top of.
Or maybe have a giant space station crash into the planet somehow and survive.
The world governments plan to do that at some point with the ISS after it reaches its end-of-life period. Which really sucks, because it would be really cool if humanity could figure out a way to get the ISS back down to Terra and actually display it somewhere.
Nah. It's just space junk.
Okay, but it's the first truly successful international space station in humanity's history.
Okay, get a version 2.0 up there.
I mean, considering they're still running on technology that was developed, I believe, in the 70s or 80s for the project.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
They don't know anything about what's going on down here or over there or wherever we are.
I mean, yeah, speaking of, imagine what it would feel like to be up on the ISS during a global nuclear exchange. You'd be able to fucking see that shit from orbit.
Well, the verbs be like,
Yeah,
yep,
imagine that.
yep, here we go. Another civilization killing each other.
Yeah, I don't think that would be a particularly comfortable thing to witness, the end of civilization as known. And also, you know, being up there with absolutely no way down, no way to resupply, and no way to get more fuel to prevent you from burning up the atmosphere.
Oh well.
Yeah.
There hope some space alien out there come and get you.
Oh, speaking of, actually, China has an unidentified bacterial entity on their space station.
The what now?
China has an unidentified bacterial entity on their international space station. Or their version of a space station.
Okay. How on the face of the universe did I get that there?
I don't know.
It was
All I
planted.
know is some type of bacteria decided to evolve up there in space. And as far as I know, it's not native to the planet.
So bring it back down.
Okay, I think China already... Okay. Everybody else learned that lesson with the Wuhan flu. No thank you. China can keep whatever fucking bioweapons it's working on.
You know, as long as their big red button actually works. Oh, it dinged. Like a while ago, it dinged. Okay.
What did?
The, Avalon oven? Maybe? I'm not sure.
Oh. You didn't burn your food, did you?
No! I haven't put food in it.
Don't burn your food.
Okay, good boy.
Pizza.
You sure?
This is definitely mine.
Actually, what would a Baltic pizza even taste like?
Very good. And of course it will have our favorite type of food in. And that's meat.
Oh yeah.
Non-burb kind,
Fun
because that would
fact.
be cannibal. That would be cannibalizing, and we can't have that.
I mean, fun fact, if Volleys tried to eat any meat from Terra, it would probably burn their throats.
Yeah, you would know that, huh?
Hmm.
I didn't mean it like that, thank you.
Well, you brought it up.
I was talking about
like the meat you harvest from like deer and stuff.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. What in the hell are you talking about?
Never mind.
Especially like
Well,
the fake
from
shit. Like as soon as you put it in your mouth, you just know there's something wrong with it.
Oh, don't even get me started on how disgusting Beyond Meat is. That stuff don't taste right. If you eat that, you don't feel right afterwards.
It's like grown in a lab or some shit.
Yeah. God, do you remember when cultures actually focused on making vegan food that actually tasted good? Like hummus, for example.
No, never.
Oh. Well, historically speaking, they actually have done that before. There are plenty of dishes out there that are actually vegan by design that actually taste good. Not
You're
like a bunch of
vegan
this
now?
fucking... No, God no, God no. Try new culinary experiences.
What's that?
Basically just new foods. Within reason.
I don't know. I tried to pickpocket a guard over there.
you pickpocketed who?
A guard,
On Avalon.
yes,
Yeah, I tried.
maybe.
Mm,
They simply asked what the hell I was doing.
Wait, so you're telling me you
that's
didn't successfully get one of their guns?
Do you even know how to
that's
fire
a
one?
one-way.
Okay, no, I haven't figured out how to fire it yet, but don't tell that guard in particular. He's having a very bad day. What? I could be stealthy too.
I'm not sure, given your height over there. You're kind of
Um,
too hard to miss.
yeah, a literal Eiffel Tower walking in the middle of Avalon. You're pretty much gonna get way too much attention.
Well, still managed to steal one of all the guards' weapons.
Could he be worried?
Still haven't figured out how to fire it or load it yet, but
Your hands are too big.
oh, probably. I mean, the thing is basically like a pistol.
Hello, Dark.
Very
This is
awesome.
the size of my face. You're
Exactly.
not gonna be able to fire that gun, let alone hold it.
Oh, I'm sure I could probably figure out some mechanical linkage to get up to like the back of my hand, so I could.
You're literally gonna have to finger the gun just to at least get it to shoot.
You know, I could just like attach it to the back of my hand and hook up a mechanical linkage to shoot it without actually having to hold it. Like,
What does that say? Any VRC stories? No. No VRC stories. Unless people really want that. You could maybe whip something up.
yeah, I don't have anything particularly creative. I mean, I could go on and on about lore or firearms.
I don't know. I mean, like, that's a different kind of volley over there.
I mean, you're a Da Volley. Wait, sorry, you're a Jerry Volley. Alexi over here is a
Get the volley.
Kit Volley?
But
Yeah.
Oh.
that is it.
That's the type of volley that we use that other asset. Okay. I can't find a spot on my blanket where my mouse won't freak out.
Apparently, I'm a subspecies of that. Anyway,
Use something called the mouse pad.
I don't have space for a mouse pad in the place that I'm living at the moment.
how you do?
Mm.
I actually don't.
There's
Review
something
goodbye.
called a table.
What type of ball is that?
Flufferbally.
Yeah, isn't that like free on like Gumroad and stuff?
Yeah, but this one has a lot more features than the one that I got from Gunroad.
Hmm. I wonder if
Oh,
there's
I
a
believe
global
there's a-
volley.
I believe there's a paid for version. Yeah.
I wonder if there's a global volley.
Yeah, version. It's in a thing like that. Here's my version.
I'm scared.
What are you scared?
Ah, hi.
Hello.
That stuff
This
looks more like
ominous
prey
figure.
than predator type of volley.
Hmm?
That still looks more like prey rather than predator type of volley.
Oh, isn't that Fluff Volley?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I've seen that around. I don't see many people use it though. In fact, wasn't that yeah that was one of the volleys that people wouldn't would you surprisingly.
They wouldn't. What?
Hmm.
You know the question, would you dot dot dot, and
Oh.
like they had a community
Oh.
survey. That was
Okay.
one of the volleys people wouldn't would you for some reason.
Oh.
I guess people are just not used to it just yet.
I mean, out of all of the volley variants, the Jerry volley is my favorite.
By the way, we're not like shitting on any of these asset creators out there. We're just going off what the community has voted for. It's not us spouting it as like we're for it or anything. That's just what the community has stated. Okay. Blurb.
Adorable bird.
That's just what the survey has said. I didn't do the survey. So I think surveys like that are just kind of dumb.
Fair enough.
No, it doesn't look bad or anything. I just don't see many people running it.
Yeah, I don't really see many people running it either.
Yeah, me neither.
Why is that, huh? Might be the strict TOS, huh?
I mean, at least it's not as
I
strict as
don't.
Yeah, you got 4 ears. You shouldn't be running that.
Do I look like I give the faintest of a fuck what the creator of Protogen says?
Yes.
I do not know. Especially given the rumors that I've heard about them as a person and how they control their IP, I cannot give the slightest of a fuck what the hell they care. I mean, if I was a Protogen, I would just go with non-canon by default, because fuck that shit.
Ooh, you got that dress on.
Trench coat.
Dress.
Trench coat.
That is a dress, and you're also wearing a muzzle, so, you know.
It's a trench coat, and I know I'm wearing a muzzle.
Wait, why are you wearing a muzzle?
Dress.
I bought someone.
Well, they probably deserved it.
I mean, he was pissing me off.
So did you like rip a chunk out of him?
More or less, I kinda ripped his throat off.
Oh.
Can't say I blame you.
Did you eat the rest of him?
No, human flesh don't taste good.
I can't imagine human flesh was particularly pleasant to taste either, especially considering it would have been constantly burning your mouth.
Other than that, you know, it tastes like rotten food, rotten meat.
I mean, considering the level of hygiene they have on, generally speaking, I'm not surprised in the fucking slightest. Humans are fucking dirty creatures, man.
You don't say? I had to brush my teeth 15 times after that.
And even then, I wouldn't be surprised if you still can't get the taste out of your mouth.
I mean, I am chewing on some mints. There's breath fresheners that we have.
Yeah.
At least that keeps the bad taste and breath away.
Yeah, that's entirely fair.
Yeah. I still feel tiny between these two. These two here.
Yeah, fair enough.
Just too curious.
I see you also have a leash.
Yeah.
So what, does that mean that people can take you out for a walk then?
Yeah, until I take the muzzle off. Then I can bite.
Hmm. Yeah, no, combined with those arm warmers, that is absolutely a dress.
It's a separate... It's... thigh highs and arm warmers on. It's not
Oh, yeah,
part of the trench coat.
And that just makes it even more of a dress than before. Not helping your case, you know. Hey, at least it's not a dress made out of spiders.
Thankfully not, otherwise you'll be walking naked here.
I mean, what if I turned one of these tents into spiders?
I'll be swimming.
Okay, well, they'd probably be more like spider-shaped metallic objects, but, you know.
Well, they won't be so good in water.
Finally, I got the fucking mosquito! The bastard.
You're not gonna eat it, are you?
Oh god, no. No.
I just wanted to say, if you ate that mosquito, my stomach would not keep up with me.
I mean, when I was younger and dumb, I, like, smoked a mosquito through a bong for 20 bucks.
I mean, 20 bucks is 20 bucks, I guess.
Yeah.
Hey, that's not the dumbest thing I've done for, like, 20 bucks. It's up there, but it's not the dumbest one.
Nah, I don't matter. I got challenged to do a jump with a bicycle while going at max fuck speeds down a flipping mountain.
Ouch.
I almost got the handles up my ass. That's
Yeah.
very
Yeah, I can't imagine that was pleasant.
Plus, I almost kissed the tree head on.
Ooh. Ow.
If I didn't put my hands in front of my face outwards, I would have been and so I would have been knocked the fuck out.
You probably would have
Let alone
knocked the fuck out. You probably also would have broke your nose too.
Or my neck.
While smooching the tree, yeah.
Oh, probably.
Out cold
Wait.
or kissing the tree with my ass in the air.
Wait, do Evolvies even have a nose that is breakable? Or would that just be their snout?
You basically just punch my teeth out.
Ew. Now, speaking of, do Evolvi teeth regrow, or no?
They regrow.
So they're kind of like shark teeth, eh?
I mean, they're all very sharp enough to chew through meat and skin bones.
Yeah, fair enough. Why do I have a feeling that an Evolvi tongue would feel roughly similar to a cat's tongue?
Nah, more slimy. And smooth.
I would have assumed more raspy to kind of like pull the meat off of the bone.
It's like touching a snake's tongue.
I've actually held a snake before.
Me too, and a snake. That very snake was triple my length.
Yeah. They're actually surprisingly soft.
Warm, soft, and flippin' scary.
Yeah, they're not that scary. I mean, then again, it depends entirely on what type of snake you hold.
I had up close and personal eye contact with that snake.
I think the one that I held was a baby python, I want to say.
It's a python.
I held a 10-foot python.
Python.
And that's why I don't like no probes.
Yeah, fair enough.
Fair enough.
I mean, hell, at least it's not as bad as I think it's the Burmese python that can grow to be up to like 20 feet. It was either 20 feet long or 20 meters long. I think it was 20 feet long.
20 foot.
Something like that, yeah.
The 20-footer.
I
25.
always watch this guy. I always watch this guy on TikTok that is trying to hunt down a 20-foot python.
He was trying to
That's
eat
nice
it?
for that. I mean, I do wonder what snake jerky would taste like. Actually, fuck snake jerky. I just wonder what snake would taste like in general.
You will be more eating. You'll basically eat more bone than snake meat.
It depends on the size of the snake.
That as well.
I mean, I do want to try the meat of just about anything and everything. I don't know if I would try the meat of a hippo, though. Just because of how fucking angry and hard to kill those fuckers are.
Oh, you talk about like your neighbors.
Okay, no, I'm not talking about the neighbors. I'm talking about the, like, sub-Saharan African fucking horse thing that jumps along the bottom of rivers. Fun fact, hippos don't actually swim. They run along the bottom of the water and actually jump around.
Yeah.
Yeah, because of their enormous size and weight.
Yeah. Also, another fun fact, as far as I know, hippos are like 95% muscle and 5% anger.
Where's the fat come in?
I don't think they actually have that much fat. I know they have like 3 or 4 inch thick skin though.
Yep. They have more muscle than fat and skin.
Pretty much, yeah. Fuck the dope. Fuck the nope rope. This is the nope horse.
Especially in their jaws.
Oh yeah, I mean they have, I believe, the strongest bite force in the entire animal kingdom.
That thing can quite literally crush a... That thing can basically munch you up like a crunchy piece of chip.
I mean, with its bite strength, as far as I know, it can turn your bone. It can turn the bones of an average human into splinters.
Never mind splinters, it will turn it into mush.
Easy.
And I don't know if it. I don't know if it has enough of a bite force to actually turn it into powder, but I believe it has enough bite force to shatter bones.
It will think you're just an extra crispy snack.
Probably, yeah.
Probably yeah. Probably yeah. Probably yeah. Yeah. All right, who coughed?
That was Alexi.
I go to Al. I'm like, I demand to speak to the leader.
She's not available at the moment.
All right, I demand that I go speak to the Empress now. That's the correct word, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I think so.
Look, I know we're falling out of skies these days, but I just want to get off the rock.
That's entirely understandable.
Going to water hazard. That is way too funny. It's definitely a dress.
It's a trench coat.
It's a dress.
It's a trench coat.
You're not gonna win this. It's a dress.
Ah,
I see
it's a
only
trench coat.
only dove volleys I know wear that.
Yeah.
It's because it's comfortable.
It's a dress. Of course, dresses are comfortable.
It's a trench coat.
I mean, honestly, that looks more accurate to similar to like a style of kimono, which does count as a dress.
Hey, you would know about kimonos, huh?
Not really. I don't know that much about Japanese culture.
Okay, so definitely a dress. Got it.
Maybe.
Ah, it's a trench coat.
Right. Dun, 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 dun. Yes. It's definitely a trees.
Don't mind me, I'm just doing a little bit of math at the moment.
A little bit of math.
Math, dummy, math.
No. Dun, 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 dun. Oops. Birds. Birds.
Adorable Proto.
I'm not.
Yes, you are.
No.
Yes.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Like I say, I'm just doing some math at the moment to figure out how much this would cost.
Quit doing math without me.
Yeah. No, I guess. Okay, that's weird. Still doing math?
Yes.
But I also want some meth.
No, math. Hmm.
My calculations, I would have enough saved up for like 9 months at a new place. Probably at least 9 months.
You know, in your spending habits,
Although, I mean, this is also assuming I actually have to spend anything.
oh, you
Out of,
will.
Probably, yeah.
Probably, he says.
Yeah.
I mean, once I get a new place, my main goal is going to be, one, finding a job, and then two, just any spare time that I'm not finding a job, exercising at the local gym.
Yeah?
Overall, I think I can make this work.
Nick, I still have to finish with my exams.
You gotta finish with your exams, and over here, I'm just trying to basically plot out the next year of my life.
Good
Let's see.
enough.
Exams.
This shit ain't simple, man. This shit sucks.
I know.
Ew. Hmm.
Yeah, I can make it work. Not gonna be the most fun experience, but I can make it work. And it'll overall just be a better quality place to live.
The jobbing and whatnot.
Oh yeah, no, actually getting a place to work is highly important. I mean, all things considered, if I can make it work for like 9 fucking months, should be enough time for me to actually get in a good enough shape to just be in the Canadian Forces, which would just basically fix all of my problems, really.
Okay, that's some wishful thinking.
Well, I'd have to push myself pretty hard, but I mean, when your options are go back to living in a slum and fucking die, or
You know,
get
it's
fit,
fun.
it's not really much of a choice now, is it?
Oh, it is. I can now just get this out of the oven. That'd be great too. There we go. Yeah, this is definitely got a cool. Oh,
Oh boy.
look how excited he is.
Hmm. I'll be excited once everything is set in stone, man.
You know, set it in that stone.
More or less.
Eh? Hmm.
Well, I'm gonna head back to Boston. What the fuck? I have a notification.
Closed it so no one else can join.
Oh.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna head back to Boston and work on advancing the plot line and Fallout a bit so I can continue with the Enclave quest line. I'm going to leave it here for now. It's a
Thank
pleasure
you,
seeing
sir.
you again, Alexei.
Yeah, it's a pleasure seeing you again.
Finally.
I'm being finally to be able to talk to you.
Yeah?
Yeah.
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 Adorable burp.
I'm not.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that I can make things work out, but yeah, only time will tell.
I wish you great luck.
At this point, I don't really think wishing me luck is gonna help at all, because at the end of the day, the only thing that's gonna change this situation is hard work and a lot of
I
perseverance.
can tell you at least. I can tell you at least one thing. Hard work will pay off. I mean, I'm doing temporary jobs by helping people.
Oh yeah, that's definitely true. Nothing that's ever worth it is ever easy.
I agree in that. I agree in that one.
Well, like I say, I'm gonna disappear now.
Don't
Hey.
disappear forever.
That was something.
Yeah. Adorable burp.
I'm not.
Yes, you are.
No. Hmm. Oh, why does it bug out when I do that?
I don't know. Because you're so damn cute.
I am not.
Yes, you are.
No.
Yes, you are. Time to go munch on my snack. Hopefully it's not too crunchy over the mic.
Let's see.
Adorable Prata.
I'm not.
And the adorable bear. There's no denying it.
No?
Yeah, no, there's no denying it. You're adorable.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
No isn't an option.
Yeah, I see. I checked the Gumroad. You can outright pay for the full thing for $50, or you just get it off their Discord server for free.
Yeah, but you don't get everything for free. You only get the base avatar for free on the Discord.
That's true.
And that's exactly what I have. I wish I had.
There's
Okay,
nothing
it's
wrong with the base,
$50 by
though.
you, by me. Yeah, there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. Although I spent like 3 hours trying to make it PC and VR compatible. But I managed.
Manage.
Yeah, barely. Yeah, I'm still a total noob at this.
Thought you were an expert.
I wish. I wish I was an expert.
I'm no expert either.
You're a whole lot better than I am at this.
How?
Can you see what your avatars have compared to mine?
Which is like the only one I have. I had to delete and re-upload and then delete again and then re-upload several times because it kept breaking on me.
I know that pain.
I hate it when it happens
Well,
because then I have to go through and reconstruct it.
well, at least your avatar didn't walk sideways.
Okay, that's because I didn't import it wrong.
Yeah. I'm slowly learning myself how to do this. Avatar.
So you're an
editing
avatar
options.
creator.
I fucking wish. I can barely make myself a flippin' wooden box. Let
Box.
alone an avatar.
still have like other base avatars that I have uploaded, but has since taken down because I hardly use them.
Damn.
But I might reconsider just re-uploading them, just so I can swap between the two. It's fine.
Yeah. Be right back. I'm quickly gonna go make myself a cup of coffee.
All right. All right, I'm gonna end the stream now. Thanks for everyone stopping by. We'll be back here tomorrow.